Trendy Trends Co. here. I'm going to show you how to make a hippie headband that goes around your forehead, or it can go up in your hair. Here's a few different ones that I have already made without sewing. They're really cute, and this summer lots of people are buying them, and I figured that I could make them instead of having to go and buy them with extra fabric that I have laying around. So first off, what I did is I got any fabric that you want to use. I've even used a tablecloth fabric that's really thick and it still worked. You're going to measure out to 22 inches, 19 to 22 inches depending on your head size. If you have a small head, I'd go with 19 inches. And get your fabric, and then you're just going to cut it into strips of, and you want 6 strips if you want 2 strands going around your head, and it's going to be 3/4 to 1 inch long. So I already cut my strips, and your strips end up looking like this at the end. This is just another fabric that I used. And you're going to want 6 of them. This one needs to be cut in half, but you're going to want 6 of these 19 to 22 inches long. I cut my pink ones out already. They were 22 inches. I did an overhand knot to start it up here, and then I just stuck it under this book and I braided down. And if you don't know how to braid, you're going to have 3 strands like this. You'll have these 3 strands, and then you just go right over the middle, left over the middle, right over the middle, left over the middle, and pull it tight, and it'll end up making a braid. My braid ends up being about 1 foot long. Cut out a piece 2 inches by 3 inches about, and make sure you have a hot glue gun that is ready to go. So, since I already have my braids out, I'm going to take these, and you're going to want nice edges on it, not just frillies. So I go ahead and about, I don't know, 1/3 of an inch down. Come on. There we go. I do a line at the top long ways, and at the bottom along this length wise. And then fold it down. And if you're confused on what I'm making right now, I'm making this part of the headband so that you don't see all the ugly little frillies in there. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to start with the ends that aren't tied at the end, just so that I can get them out of the way. Just braiding up the last little part so that's easier. And I put a good amount of glue because I definitely don't want them coming apart. So there's that. I'm just going to take this and lay it on one side. I did put the glue right in the middle. And then I'm going to take my other one, sorry, just braiding it the last little bit, and I have this extra, so I'm just going to cut it. And lay that right on the end as well. And then if you have any extra ones, just stick them out. Go ahead and just put some more glue on. You want to make sure that they don't come out over the edge, like mine is starting to. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now that you have those glued on, you're going to take another big amount of glue, and you're going to make a straight line down the middle, and that's where you're going to put your elastic. My elastic's 7 inches long. You can get it at Walmart for like $2 for a lot of it. Lay that on there, and I'm just going to use my scissors to push it in because it seeps through and it can burn your fingers. Okay. So there's that. It's glued in. Make sure it's not sticking to that. Then do another big thing of glue. And I'm just going to take one end and fold it right on over. And use my scissors again because it can seep through sometimes. Okay, and then this part, you're going to want, to make it look nice, you're going to want to take this end over here and you want to fold it down first and then across so that you end up getting this nice seam like this on the side instead of just having those ends like that. So you can take a little bit of glue and go across and fold it down just so it stays. I typically don't because I can just do it in one fold, but if it makes it easier for you. And then I do another big thing of glue so that I know that it will stay. And then I take it and fold it over. And you're going to want to hold it there for a little bit because it'll want to come up on its own. Let's get this end. Okay. So that's one end. Don't pull it yet because it's still hot, but the elastic is in there. This is my other side. You're going to want another about 2 by 3. This one's a little long. Okay. And again, you're going to just do a dab of glue, line, skinny line across, skinny line across. Fold that end up. Fold this end down so that you have this. Then you're going to want to do a big thing of glue in the middle. And you're going to make sure that these braids are straight across. You don't want your braids flipping because then they're going to flip when they're on your forehead. So straight across, make sure they're even, and then you're going to want to lay them down. I know these look uneven up here, but they actually line up that way, so I braided one longer than the other. I'm going to cut these extra frillies that I don't need so they aren't sticking out over the top. Come on, scissors. I lost my good craft scissors. And I'm just going to use a bit of glue to make sure they stay down. Okay, so now you have those glued on. Now, since my braids are straight, as you can see, and then here comes my elastic part here. You're going to take it and fold it over so it's like this. You want your seams to be on the inside against your head so that you don't see that. So you're going to come around, you're going to do a big thing of glue again in a straight line, and then you're going to take your elastic, lay it on there. Like I said before, I use my scissors. And then, oh, I'm out of glue. And then you're going to take another big thing of glue just to make sure it stays in there. My elastic's starting to turn. On top, fold one end up and over, and then just like last time, you can do this if you want, a little straight line of glue on there to fold the end down so that's straight, and then let's see where this comes up to, about the middle, and then you're going to take a line of glue like that. And then hold it out so it doesn't come up. Okay. So then, I would give it a good like couple minutes to let it dry before you start trying to pull on this, because I pulled on it too soon once and it totally ripped the whole thing out, and then my whole thing was ruined because it was so hot glued I couldn't open it back up. But then you have your headband. And like I said, lots of people, the style is right now is the hippie headband, and so they wear it across their forehead. You can just wear it up in your hair if you'd like, but I personally like to wear it across my forehead the hippie style way. Make sure you watch out for my next video where I'm going to show you how to make the suede headband. I would definitely say that these are one of the more popular. It's the more like a Pocahontas look almost, and I'll show you how to do those ones. It's a little bit different because you have to work with the suede a little bit differently to make the braid lie flat. But there you go. That's the video, and make sure you watch out for more videos coming soon. Thanks.